Have you ever wondered what a financial bubble really is? Well, forget all the confusing charts and Wall Street jargon. We're going to break it all down with a simple story about monkeys, leaves, and one single banana. So let's set the scene. Our story begins in a perfectly normal jungle economy. Things are simple, everything's stable. A monkey wants a banana. He buys it for one leaf. He eats it. Life is good. The price here reflects its simple, real value as food. But that's right, when everything is about to change. Okay, this is where the bubble really begins. And you know what? It doesn't start with numbers on a spreadsheet. It starts right inside the monkeys' heads. It all starts with a little rumor, a tiny shift in perception that has huge consequences. All of a sudden, bananas aren't just food anymore. No, they're an opportunity. And this, right here, is the birth of speculation. And this is the absolute key to this whole thing. Monkeys stop buying bananas to, well, eat them. They start buying them simply because they believe another monkey will pay more for that same banana tomorrow. And just like that, the race is on. The price quickly jumps to 5 leaves. And those early speculators, the ones who bought it 1 or 2 leaves, oh, they are already feeling like absolute geniuses. And now the mania starts to build. Monkeys on the sidelines are watching their friends get rich, and they can't stand it, so they jump in. Pretty soon, the price hits 20 leaves, fueled by nothing more than pure excitement. By the time the price hits 50 leaves, we are completely detached from reality. I mean, come on, a banana is still just a piece of fruit. But the price isn't about the fruit anymore. It's based on this collective belief, this shared story, that it will just go up forever. So what's really driving this? As you can see, 3 powerful psychological forces have taken over. First, you've got FOMO, that classic fear of missing out. Then you have herd behavior. Monkey see, monkey do. If everyone's doing it, it must be the right move, right? And finally, you get the most dangerous belief of all, that the price can only go up. This creates an insane feedback loop, pushing prices higher and higher. But there's one more ingredient that turns this mania into a monster. Let's talk about leverage. If the hype around the bananas is the bubble, then you can think of leverage as the air pump that inflates it to an incredible size. I mean, it's one thing for monkeys to invest their own leaves, but it is a whole different ballgame when they start investing with borrowed leaves. Let me show you exactly how this works. Over on the right, a monkey uses 10 of his own leaves and borrows 90. When the price of the banana goes up by just 10%, he sells, he repays the loan, and he's just doubled his money, 100% gain. He feels like an absolute genius. But this incredible power, it has a terrifying dark side. Because if that price drops by just 10%, his investment is now only worth 90 leaves. He still owes the bank 90, which means his own 10 leaves are, poof, completely wiped out. A small dip causes a total loss. And this quote just says it all. When tons of monkeys all start using leverage, they are pumping a massive amount of borrowed money into the market, driving the price up to truly absurd levels. And that's how we reach the peak, 100 leaves for a single banana. It's a completely, utterly unsustainable price. The bubble is stretched to its absolute limit, and you can feel it. It's about to pop. The thing about bubbles is they all eventually burst. And when they do, the fall is almost always faster and way more brutal than the climb. The pop gets triggered by a simple dose of reality. A monkey gets hungry, looks at his expensive asset, and realizes, wait a minute, a banana is just food. It's not a speculative asset worth 100 leaves. And that's all it takes to start the collapse. And the collapse happens in this rapid 4-step cascade. First, a few monkeys decide to sell. Second, this causes a small price drop. Third, and this is the key, that tiny dip wipes out the leveraged investors, who are then forced to sell to cover their loans. And that forced selling creates a vicious cycle that leads to step 4, a full-blown crash. The price doesn't just return to its original value of 1 leaf. Oh no! In the panic, it crashes right through the floor, ending up worth even less than when this whole crazy thing began. The jungle is now littered with worthless bananas and a lot of very broke monkeys. So once the dust finally settles, who's left standing? And maybe more importantly, what can we learn from the great banana crash? Well, the winners are the few who got in early and, crucially, got out before the crash. The losers are the vast majority, the ones who bought near the top, and especially the leveraged investors who aren't just broke, they're now deep in debt. So, how can you spot a potential bubble out in the real world? Well, here are 3 classic red flags to look for. 1. Average people are getting rich way too easily. 2. Lots and lots of people are borrowing money to buy the exact same thing. And 3, my favorites, everyone insists the price can only go up. When you start seeing these signs, it's time to be cautious. And that leaves us with the final question you should ask yourself anytime you see a new, exciting trend. Is this a genuine breakthrough, or is it just another banana, driven by the hope of selling it to someone else for more? Knowing the difference, well, that's everything.